Well, I just can't seem to quit. So once again, welcome back to War Thunder Ground Forces with the Angry Nerd. And today, we're going to take a look at the 90mm Gun Motor Carriage M36B2. So the M36 tank destroyer, formerly known as the 90mm Gun Motor Carriage M36, was an American tank destroyer used during World War II. The M36 had a massive new turret mounting the 90mm M3 gun on the hull of the M10 tank destroyer, which itself used the M4 Sherman's reliable chassis and drivetrain combined with sloped armor. Conceived in 1943, the M36 first served in combat in Europe in October 1944, where it partially replaced the M10 tank destroyer. It also saw use in the Korean War, where it was able to defeat any of the Soviet tanks used in that conflict. After encountering new German heavy armor, such as the Panther and the Tiger, the U.S. Army realized that the standard U.S. tank destroyer, the M10 tank destroyer, was rapidly becoming obsolete because its main armament, the 3-inch gun M7, had difficulty engaging these new tanks. In the late summer of 1942, American engineers began analyzing and designing a new tank destroyer armed with a 90mm gun. This study resulted in a prototype vehicle, the 90mm Gun Motor Carriage T-53, which placed the 90mm gun in an open mounting at the rear of an M4 Sherman chassis. This design was eventually canceled. In October 1942, the Ordnance Department tested mounting the experimental 90mm gun T7 onto the turret of an M10 tank destroyer. Mounting the 90mm gun was pretty straightforward, but the gun proved to be too heavy for the M10's turret. A new turret was designed that incorporated power traverse and a massive counterweight to balance the gun. The first two prototypes, designated 90mm Gun Motor Carriage T-71, were completed in September 1943. It was decided that the production vehicles would use the chassis of the M10A1 tank destroyer, as significant amounts of M10A1s were available, and it was determined that the M10A1 had superior automotive characteristics compared to the other M10 hulls. The M10A1 was based on the M4A3 medium tank chassis. After testing, an initial order for 300 vehicles was issued, and the T-71 was redesignated the 90mm Gun Motor Carriage M36 on June 1, 1944. As the initial contract was for 300 vehicles, General Motors Fisher Tank Arsenal manufactured the last 300 M10A1 tank destroyers in January 1944 without turrets for immediate conversion into M36s. The contract was later increased to 500, then 600 vehicles, as it was found that the current M10 tank destroyer struggled against new German tanks, and it was decided that existing M10A1s would also be converted to M36s, and the contract was increased to 1,400 vehicles on July 29, 1944. Due to the lack of M10A1 hulls, it was decided to finish up the initial production run by mounting M36 turrets onto M4A3 Sherman hulls, which had the same engine as the M10A1 and with the necessary internal changes, these would be designated M36B1. The production of 187 90mm gun motor carriage M36B1s ran from October to December 1944. The supply of M10A1s eventually ran out, so it was decided in January 1945 that the M10 hulls based on the M4A2 medium tank chassis would be used for all further conversions. American Locomotive Company converted 672 M10 hulls into the 90mm gun motor carriage M36B2 beginning in May 1945. A further batch of 52 M36B2s was completed by the Montreal Locomotive Works in May 1945. Armored covers for turrets were added to some M36B2s. After the war, the M36's main gun was still a good match for early post-war main battle tanks, and it was used in the Korean War and proved well capable of destroying the T-34-85s fielded by the North Koreans. They were judged as faster and more agile than the M26 and much better armed than the lighter tanks like the M24. Here is an image of an M36B2 gun motor carriage seen in Iraq in 1991 during Operation Desert Storm, which I'm quite familiar with. This tank destroyer was previously owned by the Iranian army before being captured by the Iraqi army during the Iraq-Iran War of 1980 through 1988. So what is the major difference between the M36 and the M36B2 besides the turret cover and the muzzle brake that we can easily see? Well, the M10 and the M10A1 hulls were mechanically identical except for their power plants. The M36 was created by mounting the 90mm gun and turret on the M10A1 hull, which was derived from the M4A3 medium tank chassis. The engine of the M10A1 was a Ford GAA 8-cylinder derivative of an ill-fated V12 aircraft engine project. It produced 450 horsepower at 2600 RPM. The M10A1 hull can be identified from the top by the wider engine air intake grills and the placement of the fuel filler ports. The M36B2 was created by placing the 90mm gun and turret on the M10 chassis, which was derived from the M4A2 medium tank chassis. The M10 used the General Motors 6046, a twin engine formed from two Detroit diesel 671 inline engines mated to a single output. The tandem engine produced 375 horsepower at 2100 RPMs. One advantage of the GM 6046 was that the engines could be disconnected at will from the output and run independently. If one engine was damaged, it could be disconnected and the good engine used to move the vehicle. The M10 hull can be identified from the top by the narrower engine air intake grills and the placement of the fuel filler ports. When tested side by side in September 1943, the M10A1 was judged to have superior automotive performance to the M10 hull. The Ford GAA engine was far lighter and used a common fuel like the rest of the Army's vehicles, gasoline. Now in War Thunder Arcade, the M36B2 is a Rank 3 tank destroyer in the American tech tree with a battle rating of 5.7. It has a 717 horsepower engine propelling the 29.9 ton vehicle to a top speed of 27.1 miles per hour. Its main armament is a 90mm M3 cannon with a maximum ammo load of 47 rounds. Its secondary armament is a 12.7mm 50 caliber M2 heavy barrel machine gun. Now I have it assigned to an expert crew with a crew level of 150, which gives me a reload of 7.9 seconds on the 90mm cannon. So what do I think of the M36B2 here in War Thunder Arcade? Well, it's a lightly armored tank destroyer, so it's best used as a sniper. You're really not going to be able to take very much punishment in this vehicle. What sets this vehicle apart from its predecessor, the M36, is the addition of the Heat FS round. It has much more penetration, allowing you to engage some of those heavier armored targets directly from the front. Now, it may take you more than one shot to completely knock them out, but if you hit something vital, damage the gun, or kill the gunner, then you have time for those follow-up shots. Now, here at a battle rating of 5.7, this vehicle is very lightly armored, even compared to a Sherman, so you cannot rely on armor as a defense. And its hull is actually based off of the Sherman, so it's not as fast as, let's say, a Hellcat, so you can't rely on speed as a defense. Your only defense is using the terrain to your advantage and keeping yourself covered and concealed, but even that doesn't work against airstrikes and artillery. That being said, let's take a look at a few of my best games here in War Thunder Arcade. Alrighty, we picked up Flanders. And we are on the southern side of the map. There's only one cap point, and that's in the middle of, I guess that's a racetrack or something, I don't know. But I don't think I'm going to go over by the racetrack because everybody's going to be over there. Everybody's going to be focused looking over there. So I'm going to go a little more to the west. I'm going to try to find a covered and concealed position over here to the west where the enemy will not be expecting me. And I'm sure they will notice me, but you know, once you pop back out of sight, they'll start focusing on targets that they can see. Hopefully. So we're using the low ground here. The road has got hills on both sides, small hills. And I don't know how far. I might go pretty far because the enemy may have somebody coming up into the little village in the center of the map. Matter of fact, I see a vehicle heading up that way now, so I'm going to try to pick a spot to counter. There's two vehicles in the center now, I can see on the mini map. So I'm going to start looking for a place to engage these two vehicles. Let's see. Oh wait, that is an M18. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Usually that would demolish an M18. Oh, well. Reload. Got him. Sandbags are kind of in my way. That was a good hit, but get rid of these sandbags. Ooh. Come on. M18. Still didn't kill him. Alright. Like that smoke round must have hit me right on top of the hole there. My ass was smoking. Come on. Enemy kill assist. Man, another shot I would have killed that guy. Oh man! Dang it. Took out 4. That's gonna severely hamper my game. My reload is gonna be way down. Oh man. This is not looking good. Alright, well, I took a pretty big hit sitting there, so we're gonna run away! Run away! Reposition. Retrograde. Not really retrograding because I'm not retreating, I'm just repositioning. And not to the rear. Let's see. Oh my goodness, that was a lucky shot. Oh, the reload is so slow. Alright, let's take out this air battle. Stay behind this bunker here. We have 4 bombs. Let's see, I see 2 vehicles kind of close together. Right here. Let's try to get this heavy tank. And that's about it. 4 targets destroyed. Nice. But don't really have a shot. I should have saved that shot. I could have maybe taken out that M51. Oh, he's still sitting there. There we go. It's nice of him to stay around for me. M10. Got his engine, his commander, machine gunner. This should finish him off. There we go. Another bombing run. Got an enemy vehicle right dead center in the map. We got 8 bombs this time. Give this guy a couple. Maybe this guy here at the cap. Maybe this SPG. Let's try to get this M4A1. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. I don't see anybody to shoot at. Let me see if I can get this guy. Oh, dog. He was waiting on me. I thought he might have been facing the other way. Dang it. Alright. We don't have much time left, but we'll just go out again. I don't even know if I'm going to get in position to shoot at anybody. Nope. Looks like it's all done for. There is one more guy way over there. Alright. Well, we didn't do too bad. We could have done better. Kind of took that big ass hit early on. Alright, let's take a look. We got assist streak, according to intelligence, triple strike, multi-strike 4, triple strike, ground multi-strike 4, ground force rescuer, avenger, professional, shadow strike streak, multi-strike, tank rescuer, eye for an eye, heavy metal hero, the best squad, first place in the team, 13 ground targets destroyed, 93% battle activity. Yep, that death kept me from getting survivor, but that's okay. Still pretty good. Alright, we picked up Maginot Line, and I know where I want to go. I'm going to select that. I'm going to change this to snow. Now, only we can see the camouflage that I just selected, but it just looks better for me. Nobody else can see it. I do have regular snow camouflage unlocked, and I have my camo set to auto, so the people in the game are seeing whatever the regular game snow camouflage would be, but we're seeing the snow camouflage that I created. Anyway, we're going to head over here toward the 7, maybe that 8 line, B7, B8, somewhere around in there. And I usually like to go across this road and get in the little low divot area across the road. Let's see, hold on. It hit the house. But I'm not going to do that because I can't get it's not low enough, right, to completely hide. And I got, hold on. Oh, heat round. Let's try a heat round. Heat FS. Didn't kill him, but we penetrated him. Moving backwards. Stop. There we go. But anyway, yeah, I got hit in the 50 cal the other day by a high caliber HE round and just blew me up. So that was 119 kilometers. Oh, I hit him. There's an attack aircraft available, but I'm hoping for a bomber. Okay, we got the driver on the VK. Let's see if we can finish him off. We did. There's a bomb and run. There's a bomb and run right there. Now see, I can get further down this hill than I can across the street. So just stay there protected. Let's see. All these guys are kind of in a line. You and you, and one for you, and one for you. We had 8 bombs. I got 3 left. Damaged. I'm just gonna try to throw these in here. That's 4 targets. Ooh. Oh, and 2 more. That's 6 ground targets destroyed on that bomb and run. That might be my best bomb and run ever. 6 ground targets destroyed. Oh yes, I really didn't have like outline for him, but that worked out great. Oh, the M18. The M18 is tired of me. He thinks I have to go. He's coming for me, but I'm your huckleberry. There you go. There you go. Heat round. Heat FS. Oh, another. Dang. I thought I got that bomb and run, but I didn't. Tiger. What? Alright, is the Tiger coming out? He got his driver. He's probably going to be looking for us when we pop back over this hill, but I'm going to risk it. There's somebody in front of me. Dang it. They just killed the guy that was down there on the street, so we're going to stay back here and take out this bomb and run. It'd be nice to get another 6. We only got 3 bombs, so now that looks like a group of tanks right there. I'll give them 2, and maybe this guy looks stationary. I'll try to get vehicles that are clustered together or that they're stationary. That's 2 targets, and that's 3. Alright, what do we got? What do we got here? Oh man. An M36. Oh, I didn't even hit him. He must be behind a hill or something. Alright, maybe 3rd time's a charm. 3rd time's a charm. Took a little better aiming that time and got him. Somebody is shooting at me, but I don't know who it is. If I knew for sure, Wonder if it's this guy. He's at 1.11 kilometers. Okay, there's an M4A3 over there. There's a Tier-3 still at 1.10. Nope. M4A2 is closer, but I think he's behind buildings. Just can't get that Tier-3. But I think it's about to be over. M4, come on. And he was taken out from the air, and it's all over. It's all over. All right. That's my best game so far in this vehicle. Bomb. Okay. Alright. Adamant. Ground multi-strike 4. Multi-strike. Tank rescuer. Sniper. Without a miss. Teamwork. Multi-strike. Ground force rescuer. Multi-strike. Ground multi-strike. Avenger. Professional, Shadow Strike Streak, Survivor, Heavy Metal Hero, and the Best Squad. First place in the team, 15 ground kills, 91% battle activity. Alrighty, not bad, not bad. I'll take it all day and twice on Sunday. Okay, so there you have it, the M36B2. What makes the B2 better than the regular M36? It's the addition of the Heat FS round. I don't know if you remember, but in game 1, I hit an M18 twice and didn't kill it. But in game 2, I clipped the M18 on the top of the turret with a Heat FS round and obliterated it. It works really well on lightly armored targets. You know, it's a heat round. It's like high explosive, but it has a lot of armor penetration so that you can engage these heavily armored tanks from the front, like the Tiger and the IS-1 that we killed. So yeah, the thing you have to worry about with Heat FS is it can detonate on trees and fences and things like that. So it's better used when you have a clear line of sight. If you have to shoot through all kind of crud, better to use the other round. But anyway, yeah, the 90mm gun is pretty good. Vehicle has no armor, so try to stay hidden. That's the best advice I can give you. If you've liked this look at the M36B2, hit that like button. If you don't, subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Nerd out.